Public hearing, and we are the Putnam County Planning Commission. We are designated local planning agency for the county as prescribed in Chapter 163 of the Florida statutes, and we function under the authority of Article 11 and 12 of the Putnam County Land Development Code. The primary responsibility of this commission is to serve as an advisory board and to hear and make recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners on matters related to provisions of and proposed amendments to the Putnam County Comprehensive Plan and Putnam County Land Development Code. The members of this board will review each application and make recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners at their next regularly scheduled meeting on July 28th, 2026. Procedurally, we will call each case by name and number. A member of the staff will then briefly explain to us the nature of each request. We will then take any comments from the applicant or their representative, followed by public comments concerning the request. Please direct all comments or statements to the board and not to other people in the audience. Before speaking, we will ask each person to be recognized, come forward to the lectern, and identify his or herself by name and address. After all persons wishing to speak have been heard, we will entertain a motion from the board. This motion will be voted on by the board members and become recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners. The Board of County Commissioners will make the final determination regarding the application. All applicants have the right to withdraw their requests at the time during the application process. Anytime during the application process. The following cases were advertised and being considered today's meeting, but will not be heard at the request of the applicant. Didn't we have one get pulled? We did? Okay. I don't have the number on there, but it got pulled. So if applicants choose to have their cases heard at a later date, the case will be re-advertised in accordance with Putnam County Land Development Code and Florida statutes. First of all, do we have any conflicts of interest with anything today? How about ex parte communications? Anybody? Everybody good? All right. In that case, we will proceed with case number REZ 26000006.
Thank you, sir. For the
Take it
record,
away.
Michael Graves, Planning and Development Services. Once again, this is case REZ 26-000006. The applicants, Donna Rose and Stephanie Wimmer, are requesting a zoning map amendment from industrial light to residential 1A on a 0.34 acre parcel located at 100 Pine Street in Palatka to allow the redevelopment of a single-family residence. Surrounding zonings include residential 1A, residential 4, and industrial light. The subject site has a future land use designation of urban service. The land has approximately 90 feet of frontage on Pine Street, and according to the National Wetlands Layer and the FEMA Flood Zone Layer on the GIS reference map, the lands do not appear to contain wetlands and is located in FEMA Flood Zone X, which is not a special flood hazard area. Should the applicant's request be approved, the applicant will then be eligible for obtaining all building and site work permits compatible with the R1A zoning district. Here you can see an aerial overview of the property. Note the light gray area is the City of Palatka jurisdiction. Here you can see the future land use. Here you can see the zoning, where they are right on the edge between the residential 1A in the yellow and the industrial light in the pink. Staff recommends approval of the request to amend the zoning map from industrial light to residential 1A, R1A. Staff finds that the proposed rezoning is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the adopted comprehensive plan and meets the locational requirements of the residential 1A zoning district provided in the Land Development Code and Comprehensive Plan. Are there any questions?
Well, I would say they've got plenty of concrete and Florida Power and Light, so.
Yeah, it is high ground.
There's currently like a residential structure on it, right?
Correct. There is a
Yeah.
home on the property already. They are seeking the ability to redevelop.
Okay.
It would be a non-conforming structure right now under the Land Development Code, so they would need to have this rezone approved in order to redevelop or intensify beyond 50% the current value of the home.
Okay. Anybody, any more questions? Okay. Is the applicant here? Would you guys want to speak about it?
This is my sister Donna Rose. My parents own the house.
Let's get you to come up to the thing here. Thank you. Give us your name and address for the record, please.
Stephanie Wimmer, the address is 300 North Pine Street, Palatka. My parents owned the house since the late 70s. They both passed in 2022. It's our home now. We just had a septic and whatever the other thing is put in because it collapsed 2 weeks ago. So,
Okay.
you know, we are trying to update it. But in order to get it insured or anything, it has to be 100% replaceable. So it has to be rezoned to residential for that. And that's what we're seeking.
Okay. And you guys currently living there?
No, we haven't rented out now.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do
Alright.
live in Palatka here.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else from the public? Seeing none, we'll close it up and bring it back to the board. Any discussion, or we'll entertain a motion? Yeah. Yeah, go right ahead.
Just a quick question, I'm all for this. When this happens and we rezone, it's not gonna put an undue burden on the industrial, like for incompatibility buffers or anything like that, right? Because it's kinda changing.
So-
In this case, you know, if this would have been zoned the other way or developed the other way, and then industrial would have been next to residential, they would have to account for those buffers. But since we're rezoning it, there's no expectation that the other properties would have to meet that, is there?
So strictly speaking, there isn't any change for the buffer requirement. If you look at the zoning map, which should be on your screen again, you'll see that already the industrial light zoning district is adjacent to the residential 1A zoning district for the majority of the property. The property directly to the north appears to also be in a similar situation under a different ownership, of course. So it is likely that they would at some point seek a rezoning of their own. The property to the north of that, which is industrial and I believe is an industrial use of some form, would need to have, you know, more buffer along that southern portion. However, they would only need to apply that if they ever redeveloped, intensified, or expanded.
Yeah, I think that's a legit question. Is there, I mean, in the case that, exactly what we're talking about here, though, if that were an industrial use immediately to the north there, is there a way that would could adversely affect needing a more restrictive buffer between the two?
The only time that a more restrictive buffer would be required would be on the side of the industrial developers if they ever redeveloped, intensified, or expanded. So if they just leave the industrial use, let's say it was a small concrete manufacturing plant, if they never added another building, if they never tore one down and put a new one up, never went through DRC essentially, they'd never have to expand their buffer to meet the zoning discrepancy. However, if they did want to, say, add another 250 or more feet to their main office building or something, at that point they would have to expand the wall that's already there between the current border between industrial and residential to all the way across.
I guess the scenario we're talking about is, let's say these ladies sold that piece of property and the new owner said, I don't want I need more buffer between me and the industrial piece to the north, and it's not there.
They have the right to put a fence on their own property.
No, I
or-
mean, there's nothing there that could force the industrial use there to increase their buffer, is there?
No, sir, not until the industrial use decided that they wanted to intensify their development.
I think that's where you were going with that, right? Yeah, okay.
And Michael, just for clarification purposes, the property just to the north is an existing residence, correct? Even though it's zoned light industrial?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Anybody else?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve REZ 26-00006 as it is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the Putnam County Comprehensive Plan and Land Development Code.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, passed unanimously. Congratulations. This will move to the county commissioners meeting, they'll have the final say. So, good luck with it, all right? All right, that's all we got on the agenda. Let's see, old business, do we have any old business to attend to? No old business. Any new business?
Mr. Chair, I got my disclosure form the other day. everybody remember to put that in, fill that out, send it. They clipped me with it.
Good point. All right.
They clipped me for $500
Did it really?
to be on this board, yeah, because I didn't fill mine out. It got lost
Yeah, I'm
in
looking. I don't know if I
my
can find
girlfriend
So that's a real
kind of things. Yeah, that's a real thing.
All right.
And they didn't, I told them that, but they didn't believe it. They did not believe what I told them. So I had to pay.
Yeah, where can we get one of those forms? All right, anything else? All right, how about approval of the minutes from May 26?
I vote for approval.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, there we go. I think that'll do it. Call it good at 4:12.
Getting good at this.
Yeah, we're getting streamlined.